Hello, my name is Marianne Lane. I'm a shaman of the Neo era, and I would like to open this ceremony together with you on this special date, this special time, the 8/8/2021, where the energy is open in this rearrangement of the DNA codes of the part of your DNA that collects and connects the remembrance of everything. So this is not the codes of the DNA. This is that are assigned to code for the color of your eyes or the way your cells is working. This is the remembrance of all this that is carried in the field of the DNA. And in these days, and opening a gate to an update of these remembrance are here. And this energy work that I will open together with you here, this energy work is for you to open to your remembrance in your DNA, in the field. And with this opening and the reactivation that's possible, we will together open to the possibility to help the whole collective field of earth consciousness also to be calibrated and to be updated. To this, our star sisters and star brothers will help us. Our connection to the souls that we inherited a lot of our beings from enters to the field. For you to enter into this work, you just take a couple of deep, soft breaths and make the decision. Use your intention to step in to this work, to this possibility. As your modern shaman of the Neo era, I'm holding the field, ensuring that whatever you are coming for, what helps you the best, and what brings you in to give your best help, make your work for the better whole, the field will support you to do so. Maybe if you're sensitive to the energies, you can recall that they're opening now, getting intense and severe. I also step into my choice of being here and to accept the work. I work as a channel, so the word that will comes to me without me thinking. As you open your heart, you recognize your truth and what means more to you. This truth has been buried in a lot of thoughts, a lot of considerations. What we open here is a kind of a reopening of the earthly heart, a reopening that opens with the soul's access to all the closure of the hearts on earth. The soul is carrying the keys, and these keys has been reopened on earth in the last years. A lot of soul workers, a lot of light beings are here to reopen and work for the opening of the keys. And as we are opening the gate now, the keys begins to work in your field. Open for the DNA remembrance and opens in a way that is safe and healthy and wise. The insurance is love. Love, and that the energy always expands and work for the better whole. As the key opens the DNA remembrance zones, they begin to calibrate. It can be felt sometimes in the body. It can be a bit dizzy. If it opens, relax. Take a couple of deep, soft breaths. Stretch the body a bit. Open your awareness into the physical realms as much as possible with your senses until the dizziness leaves you. Maybe you don't feel much right now. Maybe a lot is happening. Everything is as it should be. You are sensing, your way of experiencing this shift is exactly how it should be to you. Put your attention into recognize any shift at all in your body, in your system, in your mood, in your vibrance. Together, we open the keys. They are expanding the different remembrance zones and helps them to interact to ensure that everything that works for you in the better whole is represented as much as possible in the remembrance zones. Stretch a bit, breathe deeply and soft. The energy opens deeper and higher. The connection through the soul opens slowly and begins to activate the zones of the remembrance in the DNA that have been sleeping. They have been prepared for years, and souls have been incarnated here on earth to open these zones in the collectives, to kind of activate it and ensure that the possibilities for every single one of us to be awakened in the part of our remembrance zones or our consciousness that have been sleeping. And sleeping here means that it has been not functioning, not activated. In everyday life, this is the experience that you suddenly stand in front of something that you can't handle, and you should be able to. Why couldn't you? Why shouldn't you? That's not anything that says this should be something I couldn't do. So it doesn't make sense that you miss the ability. And when we have these experiences, it's everyday examples of DNA songs, remembrance songs that sleeps. So the effect of this healing, this reactivation, this reanimation on every single one of us and the earth soul is in everyday life an experience that you will recognize that suddenly you can handle things is more smooth, things goes more easy. And a couple of deep soft breaths, the energy goes higher and deeper. Reaches the spaces, the part of the field that is carrying the new codes. And then I'll activate it. And maybe you have a reaction, a physical reaction, a reaction in your sensitivity. Maybe you even sense the codes or the vibrations in the shift. Or maybe you sense nothing at all. It's completely okay. It's perfect no matter what. If you sense that this is true to you, this is interesting, this is exciting, just be in it and see what happens, what shows up right here, right now, and in the hours and days to come. Do you recognize this shift? That your abilities, your everyday abilities expands. Then this has done something good to you. And you have joined in a work that helps you and every other people and earth to expand. Joining in the work gives us the possibility to have a quite extraordinary expansion right here, right now. This quite extraordinary expansion is an expansion that will prevail in everybody on earth in time, during time. Joining in, we have the possibility to open to the extraordinary expansion right here, right now, and maybe have an experience of how it works. Thus, get the gift and carry the possibility in the everyday work, the everyday work with being here, the everyday life, and thus being a creator of the possibility in the earthly realms. So this is a work that suits you and suits the whole, and it should be like that. So if you don't have a recognition that this helps you and this doesn't suit you well, this is not a work to you. Then it's better for you to use your time and your energy and your availability in different ways. But try it out. The energy gets deeper and higher, and now we're opening the keys in the whole earthly field. And as the key is opening, the remembrance songs begins to update and activate by the remembrance field from our star sisters and star brothers. The access opens due to fields opened and activated in earth zones by incarnated souls from different areas, different star zones. Maybe you recognize now a shift in your energetical field. I do. Begins to feel more soft, more alive. And I recognize the deeper connection to the body that goes with the activation. And then the inner side, this way of seeing where I see a story somebody's telling me. When somebody is telling me a story, I get a meeting with the story inside of me. In this space where I meet the story, I open to meet the story that goes on right now in the earth field, to recognize if I have any possibility to see what's happening. I see the keys working together. And as the keys works together, they open to all the remembrance zones of the DNA, and that the sleeping parts not only mirror unsleeping parts of your own DNA, but begins to be updated by these possibilities brought in by star sisters and brothers. And what are they? They are human beings, but from different parts of the universe. And it's actually not the human beings, but the souls that have this job, this extraordinary job with expressing codes through times and spaces. That's open for translocation of possibilities, abilities. So this is also an activation, a reanimation of your abilities to the highest possible level right here, right now. And the same goes for the collective field on earth, the collective soul, earth soul. And the sleeping souls, they are awakening. And it looks like that the life energy in the collective field is rising and expanding. It looks beautiful. A tremendous amount of souls incarnating now, incarnated through times on this earth and all other earth, are here now to help to reopen the sleeping parts with the keys. And the keys from this different parts where they have incarnated and have brought in the highest possibilities for this place, to bring in love, on earth, and soul possibilities on earth, until the level that could be balanced in. And then the key was formed. And then another earth, another place, other souls created the highest possibility could be this place, to live as a soul in physical realms, and created the next key. And all these keys are now placed on earth and activated, have been placed here in thousands of years with portals, and all the portals is opened now. The keys are activated and the exchange begins. And this is what will go on for the rest of the year, and it's opened now. And this activation should give you the possibility in your everyday life to recognize that when you're meeting this everyday trouble, problems, possibilities, where your normal could get this experience, I can't handle this, I don't know what to do, and I should, that suddenly you can. This would be a sign that this works, and maybe you could even look for it in your surroundings. Do you see this open slowly everywhere around? That the ability to be present, caring, loving, and also carrying in the affection of mutual lift into consciousness and into being aware of what makes sense. Sensibility here is zooming in on what makes sense. So if you recognize this in yourself and in your surrounding, you will be a witness to this awakening. Thank you very much for this joint opening. Slowly we close down. For now, again, you can reopen with the video again and again. And joining in. This is moving on, and on the 9/9/2021 we will open again, and open to all the collective and mutual remembrance fields, ancestor fields, and to open to these keys to get access and open to the unification of all the possibilities that goes within each ancestor lines, that are joined in an earthly ancestor field. We will open to that on the 9/9. Thank you very much for this work together. Thank you to all the light beings joined in. Thank you to all star sisters and brothers. Thank you to all that is. Thank you for now. I hope that you can recognize the thankfulness I'm sending to you, that can only be met without words, because the words can't say it all. The word is not enough.